So we'll be talking about my game review of Prodeus, a first-person shooter inspired from classic games like Doom and Quake. Okay? So I was first introduced with Prodeus a year ago. It was released as a game preview on the PC, and I tested it out, and I really enjoyed that one. What stood out for me, well, firstly, graphics. It really looks like those classic games. It's new. It's really new, but the graphics is like Doom, but with a bit of upgrade. You notice details like the lighting is very modern. It has this feel of reflected lights all over. It looks incredible, but at the same time, you know that it's really designed to look in a specific way. In a way, it's like classic Doom. But the difference is, yeah, the weapon is not exactly in the middle. It's on the side. You know, the thing is in 3D somehow, but it animates very limited. You know, the frame rate of the other weapons and the characters. All of them are has this jerky animation. But you know that it was intentional because they could have done this in full 3D if they wanted to. But I really love the style. I love the way that it was designed. When after each level, you're treated like a, an overworld map. And the overworld map is like, it only reminds you of Mario, where you can move from one location to another, then select that location. It really it has really stood out for me. Like I couldn't think of anything else except for that. So it reminded me of Mario, of Super Mario World. So yeah, I enjoyed that. Maybe Super Mario World and Super Mario Brothers 3. Yeah, those I think stood out for me. Okay, so it also feels like when you play it for the first time, it also kind of feels modern for the reason that it handholds you in terms of how to play. Because you know in Doom and in Quake, it doesn't really teach you anything. You're just put there, smack in the middle of a fight, figuring things out on your own. But in this game, yeah, you really have to get through this tutorial. So that's something that you really can't get away from. You have to go through that tutorial. How to jump, how to use your weapons, how to fight, how to run. Yeah, so those are given to you. But once a game starts, you're not allowed to get to that point again. Even though you can go back to previous levels because of that overworld map, you can always go back to previous levels and try to do more stuff on the old levels. So yeah. Just like any classic game like Quake and Doom, the story is very light. You really don't have to think much about the story. Story is written on text, but you really can ignore it. You can just don't mind it and just enjoy the game. The game is really fun. It's brutal. It's that's the main thing that I can remember about the game. The story is really light. You just read a few texts here and there, and you really don't think about it too much. And But yeah, the game is very brutal. It's bloody. That's one thing that it's gonna stand out once you play this. It's really really bloody. Um, when an enemy explodes, blood spreads all over, or whatever liquid insides that they have. It really paints the wall red. That's how I remember it all. The weapons are kind of divided, depends on what type of bullet that you have. So certain particular bullets have a set of weapons. You can switch to different weapons. I've been using a gamepad most of the time. But you can. First time I played this on the keyboard, and keyboard and mouse, and it also works fine. But it's not my preferred way of playing. But of course, if you are into Doom and Quake, I'm pretty sure that the keyboard and mouse is more than adequate to play. But I really really wanted to play it on the gamepad, so that's just me. But in any way you want to play it, it's fine. It's very very good to play. At first I was worried how to access the quick access of the weapons, but you just have to press one weapon and to access the menu, and that's fine. It accesses the inventory of weapons of what you want to use, and once you access the inventory, everything gets paused. So in a sense, that is your quick access to your weapons. So I really enjoyed that. So it's easy to get into, it's easy to play. Once you get the hang of it, it's easy to play. I like the variety of levels. Each level is trying to highlight something. Not much about the story, but at once in a while it does tell something about the story. But it really is more creative than that. One of my favorite levels was this level where there's a long range sharpshooter on a certain tower. The thing is that enemy is on a shield that I cannot penetrate, and the level itself is around that tower. So every time I have to travel to one place to another, I have to make sure that I am not seen. So I really really enjoyed that. It makes it a little more challenging here and there, but the game itself is easily adjustable. You can really scale down to easy or hard. It really depends on you. So in a sense, if you really want to make it very easy, yeah, you can do that. You can make it really hard if you want to. It's really your choice. So it really depends on what you want to how difficult do you want it to be. So it's your choice. Because it's really just bombardment of enemies, and if you tone it down, it doesn't hit you that much. Tone it higher, you're gonna hit very very easily. So it really, yeah, that scales the difficulty, but at the same time, there is this kind of checkpoints they call nexus points. Once you find a nexus point, it kind of makes everything a lot easy, and most levels have that. Actually, like 99% of all the levels have that, except for one level, the last one. Nexus points make it those checkpoints. You teleport there to that checkpoint immediately as soon as you die. But all the enemies are dead. So not all the enemies. All the enemies that you have killed are dead. So enemies can still be there, but once you teleport, it's kind of easier because you can just grind through it in a sense. Yeah. For sure that you can get through it. If you as soon as you can find a nexus point, you can grind finishing a level without any issue. So that makes it a little easy. So that's a little something that a bit okay, but at the same time a bit negative. So it really depends on you if you like it or not. Personally, I like it, but same time, I do feel that it can be abused too much. So I'm kind of scaling it down a bit. Like, yeah, it's a bit too much to once you get to that nexus point. But if you don't find the nexus point, if you die, you automatically restart the game, and you have no other choice. And but since majority of the game you get to used to using these nexus points as your checkpoint, but once you reach the last level, it's kind of overwhelming because it's just a bombardment of enemies and you don't have a way to. There's no checkpoint, so you really have to grind through all the enemies, and it can be overwhelming at some point. But yeah, I'm happy that they can really scale down the difficulty if you want, but at the same time, it kind of makes it feel like cheating in a sense, because you can make it easy if you want to. The music, I'm not gonna say much about the music, but it just reminds me of my childhood while playing Doom or Quake. Basically, it feels like inspired from Nine Inch Nails or Reznor, so I really enjoyed that. It really is amazing to listen to it. I like the way that it changes depending on how many enemies you have. If you encounter an enemy, the music changes. If the music changes once you know that there's none anymore. So it kind of gives away that once the music changes, like you're in a big action fighting to all of these enemies, and suddenly you hear that the music tones down, it automatically tells you that, okay, I can relax now. So it kind of removes that kind of tension or that worry going through this particular level. But yeah. Okay, bago natin tuloy yung video, kung mahilig kayo sa mga board games, check this video out. That was Variable Play. We are a group of content creators focused on tabletop games and some video games. Marami silang shows katulad ng mga unboxing, let's play, miniature painting, how to play, board game news, game discussions, and more. And kung mahilig kayo sa mga movies, TV shows, games, toys, and more, check out Geekosity at GeekosityMag.com and Punkbeast at Punkbeast.com. Okay? Sige, on to the video. This game is a play anywhere game. So in other words, a play anywhere game under Microsoft is you can move from one system to another. Like I'm playing through the PC and play to the Xbox. The save game will automatically transfer to that other system. You just have to make sure that you must exit on any version as much as possible before opening the other version, because you can make this mistake especially on the Xbox because there's a quick save, quick resume feature. You might forget that you might overwrite the one that you did on the PC, so I suggest if you are switching from one system to another, make sure that you exit on both versions first before opening the other one. It really is important to say that the PC has the best advantage on this. The PC has this option to make your own levels, and that is an amazing feature. Although on the Xbox they say it's a game preview, so it's not the final version. But in any case, you can still play the levels from start to finish just fine. So you really can't grade the the Xbox version at this time. But the PC version, you are provided this make your own level. There's this sort of creation level feature, which is amazing because really you can create pretty much anything, and you can pretty much share your designs, the level designs, so you can really make whatever design that you like. So I really highly recommend trying that. And at the same time, you can try out so many levels. In a sense, because of this feature, the game itself is, it's automatically endless because there's so many designs that you can immediately try out. And it can be they can be single levels, or it can even be campaigns, which is amazing. So I really enjoy that. That's really, so in a sense, the PC is the best way to go here, but I really am comfortable with the Xbox version. So in any case, both systems look great because what I like about the PC version, the requirements aren't so bad. It's kind of pretty light in a sense. So and it still looks amazing. So overall, my review, I really enjoyed this. It's one of the best fun I've had. Graphics is not it's not AAA game. It's very indie. But it works the way it should be. It looks the way it should be. It plays amazingly well. I really have no issues about this, except for multiplayer. For some reason, I can't get multiplayer to run, so I cannot judge a score for that. But on its own, okay, without the multiplayer should work in a sense, but I just don't know why it won't work on my end. Not sure why. I don't know what the issue is, but everything that is working, it's working perfectly well. It's fun, it's quick, and no nonsense gameplay, no story whatsoever. I love story. I love story if provided, but if the game is just focused on gameplay, like Quake and Doom, which is really, that is the primary design of the game, focus on the gameplay. This hands down does everything right. So in a sense, I will give it an almost perfect score. The only reason it's why 5 out of 5, no, I have to rate it lower for the main reason I can't get the multiplayer running right. That is for the PC version. The Xbox version, I have to give another step lower. So if I'm gonna give a 4.5 for the PC version, I'm gonna give a 4 for the Xbox version because there is no map editor. So yeah, it's an amazing game. I'll enjoy it. I really highly recommend it. If you get the chance, try it out. Anyway, so that is my review. Thank you. I really appreciate this. I hope you enjoyed this slight personal update. So, editing, my time on editing is really taking very slow, but it's progressing once in a while here and there. Uh, my my TV is bugging out a bit once in a while. I'm not so sure. I have to test that out. But it really won't. Hopefully, it won't affect my future gaming thing. I've been playing several games, but lately I wanted to review. Um, Plague Tale, Requiem, and Scorn. But since I've been working a lot, really, I've been working a lot and really late. I've been playing more on games that can make me relax more. So I'm just right now, every time I have the small free time, I play Cyberpunk 2077, and I'm really enjoying that. Yeah, so far, hands down, amazing game, but I can't review it because I haven't finished it yet, so can't say much about that. But yeah, I am looking forward to finish a game soon. Hopefully can get back. Today there's a storm. There's a storm here, so I don't know if I'm gonna play. I worry every time if there's gonna be power fluctuations here and there. So far there's none yet, but of course it's kind of hard not to worry. Anyway, so that's my gaming at the moment. Yeah, and I've been playing Tapestry with some friends. Tapestry, the board game, on playing it on Board Game Arena. Yeah. Anyway, so that's my personal update. Anyway, you guys take care. Thank you very much, and take care, and bye bye.